otherwise it's still a little bit terrible. So I hope that moving forward next time we can improve. Okay, so in question 7E, we're looking for the lowest common multiple of the numbers 26, 52, and 104. Okay, so what you can do is either you do by prime factorization method or else you can do by the ladder method. Okay, so Colin, since you asked this question, what method do you prefer? Ladder? Okay, sure. Okay, so if you want to do the ladder method, this will be how it looks like. Okay, first of all, you divide by 2 throughout. And then we have this. Then 13, 26, and 52, can they all be divided by 13? Can they all be divided by 13? Can, right? 52 divided by 13, what you get? 3, is it? Okay, then we arrive at this. Okay? Then because you're trying to find out the lowest common multiple, for lowest common multiple, we stop here. Or like the method we don't, right? Okay, because between 2 and 4 there's still a common factor. We will continue. Okay, and then we have this. Right? Upon arriving at this already, no more other common factors. Then we follow the L shape to find that the LCM will be as such. I skip the 1 since multiplying by 1 doesn't have any impact. Okay, so therefore the answer will be 104. Okay, questions? Right? If you choose to do by the prime factorization method, right, which you should also learn, your working should look like this. And you do get 104 as well. Okay? So do check your own work, okay, to see if it's correct or not. Next, let's take a look at question 11. Okay, for question 11, right, we want to find the smallest value of k such that the LCM of k and 6 is 16. So we have the numbers k and 6. We are told that the LCM is 60. Okay, so we can only do by our product of prime factors method. So for the number 6, we can write it as a product of prime factors. What would that be? 2 times 3, right? And then for the number 60, okay, what you could do is to employ the ladder, and then okay, you will get this. So we have 2 squared times 3 times 5. Okay, so since you're trying to find the smallest value of k, we now have to work backwards. Okay, in trying to determine the numbers for our LCM, 2 squared must have come from k, otherwise we wouldn't have been able to have 2 squared from 6 itself. So k must have 2 squared. Okay, whereas for the 3, okay, I have a 3 in the 6 already. Does my k need to have the 3? Not necessary. Okay, it can have, it can don't have also. But since you're trying to find the smallest k, it's best not to have the 3 at all. Okay? What about the 5? We must have the 5, right? Okay, otherwise 6 does not produce a 5 for us. Okay? So our smallest k will be 2 squared times 5. That will have to be 20. Next, question 13. So Rose, you get it already, right? Yeah. Okay, great. Question 13. Okay, we have 3 numbers, 1080, that will divide all three. Okay? When phrased in that manner, what we're trying to find is the HCF. Okay? So we need to find the HCF. And in this case, what will the HCF be? Can you ask this question? Who was the one who asked this question? Suddenly from like, is it you, Colin? Who asked this question? Nobody? Just now got one hand raised up, right? Colin, you asked this question, okay? Then now, how do we find the HCF? Smallest one, so what do we take out first? We take out 2 square. Your friend decide you take it. Because down here don't have a 2, right? So if you want to, 3 times 5 square. 3 times 5 times 11 square. Okay, if it helps, you can arrange numbers like that. Okay, so do we take out any 2's? Go, right? Because down here don't have. How many 3's do we take out then? 1. 1, right? Okay, so we take out 1 3. How about 5's? No, we don't. So, right? Sure, Colin? Okay, any 11's, Colin? Any 11's to take out? There is. You think about it again. Look carefully. Don't have, right? So HCF is 3 only. Okay? Next, question 20. Okay, for question 20, it says that sugar needs to pack 171 pens and 63 pencils and 27 erasers equally into identical gift bags. So out of this number of stationery, it is being distributed out. Okay, we want to find the largest number of gift bags that can be packed. Okay, so what we should do is to find out what is the highest common factor. Okay, so in doing that, we figure out what are the product of prime factors first. Okay, so I'm leaving it to you to do the ladder. Okay, but essentially, we should be getting this. Okay, so largest number of gift bags will be the highest common factor. Okay, and in this case, what would it be? Colin, you try again. Highest common factor, what would it be? How many? 3 to the power of 2. Anything else? No. Wait. Okay, so we get 9. Okay, so therefore there should be 9 gift bags in total. Right? Then in part 2, we want to find the number of items in each bag. Yes. 3 to the power of 2 what? 3 to the power of 2 is 9 what? 3 times 3 what? Yeah, 3 to the power of 2 is 3 times 3, right? No, 2 of 3's. So it's 3 times. Then try is 3 to the power of 3. What is 3 to the power of 3? No, you're wrong already. I'm telling you now, 3 to the power of 2 means 3 times 3. 3 to the power of 3 means 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, so it's 9. You can press calculator also. Not 3 times 2. If 3 times 2, I just write 3 times 2 already. What for I write 3 squared? I think she's in your start. Okay? You recalibrate yourself. 3 power 2 is 3 square, is 3 times 3. Okay? And can you tell me what is 2 to the power 3? Sorry? 2 times 3 It means 2 times 2 times 2. Okay? I'm glad that you asked this now so that your WA1 you will remember this. Okay. So part B. Okay, find number of items in each bag. Can you find the number of items? Yeah. Can, right? Sorry, I realized this part. Okay. So, however, when I was marking your homework, okay, I saw very bad presentation of homework. Okay, I want you to check now that you are writing for me the statement number of bags equals to 171/9 equals to 19. I want to see such statements. If you don't have it, use your green pen or your pencil to write it in now. Okay. Also, you can use equal signs over here. No need to use arrow. Okay, next, last one, question 21. Okay, sweets are sold in packs of 120, while mini chocolate bars are sold in packs of 18. Okay, City bought the same number of sweets as mini chocolate bars. Okay, so we have packets of chocolate. Okay, very careful in drawing, and then sweets. Okay, so many packets of chocolate, many packets of sweets. We want to find the least number of packs of sweets that she could have bought so that there are the same number of chocolate and sweets. We're looking at multiples over here, so we should be looking for LCM. So, since there are 120 chocolates in one packet and 18 sweets in one packet, okay, you can write it out in your product of prime factors. We get 2 cubed times 3 times 5 and 2 times 3 squared here. Okay, so the least number of sweets, the least possible number of packets. Least number of sweets. Okay, then we'll be looking for the LCM. And the LCM, what would it be? Actual. What's the LCM in this case? 2 to the power of what? 3, 10 times 3 to the power 2 times 5, sweet. Okay, and then we will get 360. But is this what the question wants? No, okay, hang on. Alright. This is not what the question wants. Why? Because 360 is only the number of sweets and chocolates that are equal. Okay, but the question wants us to find out how many packets of sweets will we need to buy. Okay, so number of packets of sweets can be found by taking 360 and divide it by 120. Oh, sorry, I realized this one is sweets, this one is chocolates. Okay, and therefore there will be 3. Yes, your question? Can't hear you. Okay, so this one is chocolate. Okay, questions? Right, if no questions, could you please quickly submit Thursday itself. Okay, I'm happy to know that everyone has already completed it. Okay, however, over the weekend I have already marked through some of the questions and looked through it. So if you only just did it after me, okay, that means I will not provide you any feedback. Okay, there are certain things I want to clarify and I hope that you do take note about it. The first one is regarding integers. Okay. Okay, the last time round in this lesson itself, for integers, I want us to be very clear that 0, while it is the integer itself, it is not positive, not negative. Okay? Because I see that many of you chose 0 as a positive integer. So that's something to be careful about. Okay, when you see such a question, you need to be clear that 0 is not a positive integer, neither is it negative integer. Okay? So this diagram is very important, okay, for us to understand, okay, how to break down our integers itself. I hope that you did take notes in your notebook during the home-based learning. Okay, otherwise you don't have anything to refer to when you study. Right? I will just write down very brief notes, okay, to summarize our chapter 2.1. Okay, so the first thing is integers. You have your numbers. That look like this. Okay. Then also to differentiate between numbers and integers, do take note that numbers itself, the word numbers, okay, it's a very generic term. Okay, numbers can refer to anything. It can be your fractions, it can be your integers, it can be your decimals. Okay, so numbers are just generally anything that you recognize. Okay, so far already. Okay, so numbers, of course, they are also positive, they are also negative ones. Okay, so loosely to summarize what numbers are. Your integers are numbers, whole numbers are of course numbers. Fractions, decimals, basically everything. Okay, that's what we recognize as numbers. Okay. Then next, regarding the way we draw number line. Okay, when you draw your number lines itself, right, I have seen the work that you have submitted. I know some of you don't know how to submit, it's okay. Okay, but let me just run through. Now, what are some of the expectations when it comes to drawing number lines? Okay, when drawing number lines, you have to use a ruler and use a pencil as well. Okay, I don't have my big ruler with me now, but use a ruler and use a pencil, and then make sure, okay, you actually measure the distances for every interval. Okay, so the interval from this marking to next marking should be the same size as the other one. Alright, usually we take maybe just 1 cm, okay, to represent one distance apart, one interval apart. Okay? Right, so something like that. Okay, so let's say if I have my number 0, 1, 2, down here will be -1, -2, -3. Okay, from the number line itself, we can see that the numbers that are on the left, okay, will always be on the smaller in value. Numbers on the right will actually be bigger in value. So from the number line, I can see that 2 will be greater than greater than negative 1. And then negative 3 is lesser than negative 2. Negative 3 is lesser than negative 1. Okay? So that's what we can observe from a number line. Another important thing about number line is that when you want to dot something and label, okay? So let's say if I want to label where it's 1.5. 1.5 will have to be here. You need to make sure that it is proportional. Between 1 and 2, halfway in the middle, that is where 1.5 will have to be. Okay? Now let's say if I want to put 1/3. Okay? So 1/3 should be closer to 0 than closer to 1. You need to be able to show me, okay, where it is relatively. Okay? Now what about negative 2.2? Where will negative 2.2 be? Is it over here or is it over here? Who says it will be over here? Negative 2.2. Okay, somewhere around here. Who says that it is around here? You say that it's around here, negative 2.2. So it is around here. Okay, so negative 2.2 should be around here, closer to negative 2. Okay, and then you put a dot and then you label negative 2.2. Okay, so it has to be proportional relative to the exact position. Okay, so every time you dot, make sure you label the exact number itself, because I saw that in some of the work, okay, you label it something else. Okay, use the number that you're supposed to use. Don't use something else. Okay, don't give it a different name. Right? Okay, so that's regarding number lines. Okay. Next thing is about inequalities that I mentioned earlier already. You need to be familiar with what are inequality signs. The very basic one. Okay, this one is your less than, and this one is your more than. Okay, of course, sometimes you also use less than or equals to and more than or equals to. Okay. So for example, between negative 5, okay, maybe I write it here. Negative 5 versus negative 4. Clearly they are not equal. Should I use less than or more than? Okay, let's do a choice. In this part over here, do I use this one or this one? Who says to use this one? Okay, who says that in my box it should be this one? I have a lot of you not yet decided, so let's do this again. Who says use this one? Less than. Okay, who says to use this one? See what you think? This one or this one? This one. Okay, so negative 5 is actually less than negative 4. Alright, so therefore we should use this. Okay, so you think about your inequality signs, like there's an opening, okay, like a mouth. The mouth will always go and eat more food. Okay, so we eat the one that is more. Right? So therefore we should use this. Okay. Questions? Right? Okay, next one. Just some terms that I hope that we clarify. Okay. Yeah, switch over my screen quickly. Okay, regarding the words ascending and descending. What does ascending means? Okay, ascending means increasing. Okay, going up, greater. Right? Descending would mean that it is decreasing. is clear, we will move on to look at 2.2 and hopefully 2.3 to be as well. Clean the whiteboard already? Can clean? Not yet? Okay. Yes. Yes, wait. Erase this power whiteboard. This one. Okay, yeah. Remember this, right? Okay, you need to know that plus and plus gives you plus, minus minus gives you plus, minus plus gives you minus, plus minus gives you minus. Okay? How to remember all this? You think about how life is like. Okay? When you have two positive people together, okay, is it that the environment will be positive? Yes, right? Okay? But the strange thing is, when you put two negative people, somehow it becomes positive. Okay? Because you want to change them, right? When two people are negative, you want to separate them out, you make change them in all intervention. Then it becomes positive. Okay, so two negative become positive. Right? But what if, okay, one person is very positive? I'm not talking about COVID, by the way. I'm talking about COVID, okay? I'm talking about the attitude towards life. If one person is very positive, the other one negative, okay, what will happen? The environment, okay, the one that is very good will become negative also. Right? Now, when you hang out with bad friends, you yourself will change to become bad also, right? Okay? So, that's why negative and positive, either way around, it will be negative. Okay? At least that's how I remember it. Okay? I erase this part already, Okay, so let's look at how we're going to use that. What we'll first do is to learn about addition and subtraction involving negative integers. Okay? Something that we already know since your first day in primary school. What is 6 plus 4? 10, right? Okay? So, if you don't know what is 6 plus 4, I'm very worried. Right? So, 6 plus 4, okay, equals to 10. You think about it as though, okay, I have $6 now on one hand and another $4 in another hand. Okay, total, I will have $10. Why am I using this concept, context? It's because we want to think about what is negative 5 plus negative 4. Okay, how do we think about this? Now, negative 5 plus negative 4, sometimes we can write it like that. Okay, with the brackets around the negative 4. There are also times that you may encounter that there are brackets around the first negative 5 as well. But essentially, we put brackets when you need to separate out the plus and minus. You cannot have plus and minus side by side without any brackets. Okay? So this one here must have brackets. Okay? Because plus and minus cannot be side by side. Okay, so what can we think about negative 5 plus negative 4? It is as though, okay, I don't have the money, right? Okay, that means it is negative. So I owe Ethan negative $5, so that will be negative 5. And then I owe Trixie $4, that means it's a negative 4 in my own account. So in total, how much do I owe? $9. I owe $9, therefore it will be written as negative 9 in my accounts. Okay? So, this is concept number 1, concept number 2. Right? Example. So, if you understand negative 5 plus negative 4 is negative 9, what is negative 7 plus negative 4 going to be? Negative 11, right? Okay? What do we observe over here? Okay? When I add two negative numbers, it is as though I can ignore the negative sign first, then I add in just the digit itself, okay, the numeral, right? So therefore, 7 and 4 I add together, I get the 11, negative I write it later on. Yes? Sorry? This one don't have bracket? I already said this one not necessary, but this one I must have. Okay? Sorry? What do you say? Okay? The reason is because in front of the 7 is a negative sign. In front of negative sign, don't have another operation. Whereas over here, in front of this negative sign, there's a plus. So I must separate out with the brackets. Yes, Masha? No, this one we'll just keep it like that. We're not doing any changes first. Okay, like that. Yes. For answer, not necessary. Okay, the answer over here no need to put brackets. Okay, I'm only writing the essential brackets. Right, the must have, I'll write it down. Okay, the others over here you don't really need to put the brackets. Okay, any questions so far? Right? Now, concept number 3. Okay, 1 plus negative 1. How do I understand this? I currently got $1. Okay, and then I actually owe Enqi $1. Okay, so I need to pay her back, right? Okay, I will take the $1 out of my pocket and return her. At the end of the day, how much do I have? 0. So 1 plus negative 1 will have to be 0. Right? Okay, we think about another one. What is negative 5 plus 2? Okay, we're doing this without calculator. Of course, all these things you can press calculator. Okay, but try to understand the concept. Because later on when we go into algebra, okay, calculator cannot be used already. Now, negative 5 plus 2. Okay, it's as though I owe Xingru $5. Okay, I only got $2 in my pocket. So I pay her first. How much do I still owe her? 3. I still owe her $3, so I write it as negative 3. Okay? And then another one. Okay? 3 plus negative 2. I have $3 and I owe Colin $2. Okay, then how much do I have left? I have $1 in my pocket still, right? So that means it is a positive one. Positive numbers, we don't write positive sign, so I just write 1. Okay, now at this stage, 3 plus negative 2 equals to 1. What does this make you think of? Okay, 3 and 1 with 2 will give us 1 also. Minus, right? Okay, so what do we understand about this? Okay, this is where my golden rule starts to apply. I said earlier that plus and minus gives operation, this minus is actually a negative sign. Okay, it is actually the same as writing the minus sign when I simplify it. So 3 plus negative 2 is the same as 3 minus 2. Okay. Okay. Let's try another one. Yes. Okay, let's try some examples. Okay, 5 plus negative 4. Right? It will be faster if I can change my plus and minus to a simpler operation first. I will change it into a minus sign. Right? Because I know how to calculate 5 minus 4 easily, that will give me 1 as an answer. Okay? Next one. What about 12 plus negative 8? Okay? 12 plus negative 8, how could I simplify this writing? How could I simplify it? Yes, Rachel? Okay, I can write it as 12 minus 8, and I know that answer will be 4. Okay? And then, let's take a look at negative 2 plus 8. Okay? There isn't actually anything to simplify. Earlier on, we have done already something similar. Okay? Negative 2 plus 8, we know that it is as though I owe someone $2. I have $8 in my pockets. I will pay back that person. How much do I have in the end? 6, right? Okay? But we also know that negative 2 plus 8 is the same as 8 minus 2, isn't it? Okay? So, in our numbers like that, we can think about it as though negative 2 is a number itself, plus 8 is another number, positive 8. I can shift this around such that I have a positive 8 over here first, then a negative 2. Okay? So therefore, I will get a positive 6 at the end. Okay? Questions? Right? So, we have seen over here, plus and negative will give us a negative. Even if the other way round, it will also be the same. Later we'll look at subtraction. Okay? So that means that when it comes back to this, since we know plus and negative gives us negative, in other words, this one I can write it as negative 7 minus 4. Okay? And then, we know that it should be negative 11 because this and this are the same. Okay? Any questions at this juncture? Yeah? So we were looking at addition. Okay, now let's move on to look at subtraction. Alright? Okay, concept number 4. Okay, how can we understand 4 minus 5? Okay, it is as though I currently have $4. Okay, and then Ethan snatch away $5 from me. Okay, I don't know how he does that, but I have $4 to snatch $5 from me. Okay, how much do I have in my pocket? Negative 1? No, actually I will have torn pocket because I don't know how he take $5 okay, when I only got $4. But good that you think that's negative 1, okay, because it will go into negative in the origination, right? Okay? Yes, that's why I'm just trying to make it into context now, okay? Just say yes, right? But then we are just saying that he wants to borrow or he owes me, okay, has $4 and then owes. Okay, maybe previously I already borrowed $5 from him. Okay, but I currently only have $4. So at the end, I still owe him $1. Right? Okay. Concept number 5. Okay, -5 minus 4. Just now actually we have already seen something similar. Okay, so -5, that means let's say, okay, I already borrowed from last week, okay, from Ethan $5. This week I still don't have money. I went to borrow $4 from Evan. Okay, in total, how much do I owe them? $9, right? So this will have to be -9. Okay, it is actually the same concept as taking it as though it is -5 plus -4. Because I was looking at the totality, okay, so -5 plus -4, which explains why earlier on we already concluded that plus and negative gives us negative. Okay? Regarding your addition and subtraction, we have -4 minus -1. Let's put this one for me. Okay, so how do I understand this? Okay, it is, for example, I already owe Enqi $4. I owe Enqi $4 already, and then Enqi being very kind, okay, say that never mind, you can pay me $1 less. So she discounts away $1 away from it. Okay, so -4 discount away -1 that I owe. Alright, so at the end of the day, how much do I owe her? $3, right? So therefore, this will be owing her $3, so -3. Right? How can we simplify this understanding? Using our golden rule, so that negative give us positive. That means that I can write it as -4 plus 1. Okay? It is as though I owe Enqi $4, I pay her back $1 already. I pretend I pay her back, but actually it is she give me the discount. Okay? So that will be -3. So what I'm trying to say over here is that negative gives us positive. Yes.
In the case that she go and increase around $1 more.
She bring cruel to me lah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it will be plus -1. Yeah. Okay. So that will be 1 equals to 1. I owe her in total $5. So yeah. Okay. Questions? Right. Now let's just sum it up now. Okay. What we have learned for here with some more examples. Okay. -6 minus -1. How do I simplify this writing? So maybe I can drop off these brackets. How do I simplify this writing? Well, a name. Katie. Yes, Katie. How do I simplify it? My minus and minus can become a plus. So I'll write it as -6 plus 1, and that will give me -5. Okay? What about 15 minus -5? How do I simplify it first? Let me just control. 15 minus negative 5. How do I simplify it? Minus minus becomes minus and minus becomes a positive. So I will have 15 plus 5. Okay, minus minus become plus. Okay, so therefore I will have 20 as my answer. You understand? Okay? Yes. Sorry? Can you make any lesson? Okay? And then one last question. 1 minus negative 2. Okay, what do I have? I have 2 Lucas in my class, right? This one is Lucas Ang. Okay, Lucas Ang, can you tell me what's the answer? Minus and minus becomes, so I will have 1 plus 2, that is 3, right? Okay, so this is what we have. Right? Any questions? Okay, tomorrow, for the start of the lesson, do I see you tomorrow? No, I see you on Wednesday. Okay, on Wednesday, for the first part of the lesson, first 5 minutes, I'm going to give you a very short quiz about this concept. No calculators allowed. Okay, so you need to go and familiarize yourself with all these rules. Okay.